Davy Stern reporting there. And don't forget, you can find us on Twitter at Inside Out South. Now, finally tonight, you can never accuse us of ignoring the little stuff. In our final film, long-haired reporter Richard Reeves has been to two of the South's most iconic locations, ignoring any of the big stuff, because he's a man obsessed by the magical, mystical world of lichen.
When people come to the New Forest, they're often on the lookout for magnificent trees, just like this one. But what they often overlook is what's actually covering those trees. Of course, what I'm talking about is lichens, and this one's absolutely covered, top to toe. Lichens are absolutely incredible life forms because they're actually two species working in conjunction with one another to the mutual benefit of one another. There's a fungus and an algae, usually an algae, sometimes a bacteria. But the fungi provides the home for the algae, and the algae provides food by way of photosynthesis for the fungi. The fungi may also weather the surface it's growing on and provide nutrients for the algae as well. So there's this two-way partnership, which is great. It's amazing humans don't get on so well. You can see there's actually a number of different colours. What you don't really realise, but these bits in between that just look like bark is actually another species of lichen. It almost forms a little map of little countries, if you like. And there are all sorts of different fruiting bodies. And it's these fruiting bodies that tend to give their nicknames. So, for instance, there's fruit pastels, jam, tarts, pepper pot. And there's another one called green beer, but it's because they've only got Latin names as such that they get these nicknames, and they're probably quite regional. And there's one here which is tended to be nicknamed the barnacle lichen. If you look at it, it does resemble a little tiny barnacle. It's an absolutely perfect representation. There's one just down in the gap here, it's all called graphis, and it looks like handwriting. Hours of interest there. Now, I'm an enthusiastic amateur at this game, but what I don't know, Neil Sanderson certainly does.
Low-slung branches, which are unusual.
He agreed to join me in the New Forest to give me a private tour of a fascinating miniature world.
Right, this is a sort of a mature branch community, or bough community really, and as you go out you get in more to the canopy type community, which has come down to meet us as we fell down.
In just a few seconds, Neil can make an apparently dead tree teem with life again.
And we get a great variety of these common leafy species everywhere, interspersed with cross species, which tend to get more and more frequent as you go out.
And becoming more dominant as well.
Yes. Oh, there's a magnificent little pixie cup there.
So what is it about lichens then?
Well, there's a whole load of things that got me into them. The one thing is just the aesthetics of them. There's so much variety of colours and shapes, and when you get into their scale, they're just super magic little gardens you can get sometimes. There's also the science side of it. There's the very complex ecologies, and they reflect deep history as well, which is very important in the forest. So you can read a lot about the environment. And there's also just the sheer excitement of finding species. It's barely explored. You can still find new species to Britain quite easily, new species to Hampshire as a bottle. So much more exciting looking at plants where everyone's found everything in the 19th century. We're very excited to look at.
Success. Let's continue onwards then. Never go for a walk with a lichenologist. So then, Neil, what you got now?
A lovely suppressed peach tree with loads of nice things on it.
How many species would you say is on this one tree?
Well, there's a good 40 or so of the trunk. If you added the whole thing together, you could get up to 100.
100 species of lichen on just one tree?
Yeah, there's about 250 in this wood, so it's a good percentage of what's in the wood. There's a lot of lichens in here. Strigula fei there, Perennial chlorophylla, Lepanorex spalans, Perennial nitida, Regulera grossa, Elliptis argila, Basidia barterina, Thonia zawakii.
But of course, it's not just trees that lichens take to. They love stones. Gravestones are a favourite. And, well, really important stones too. They need so few nutrients they can live where practically nothing else can. 77 different species have been identified at Stonehenge, making it a nationally important site quite apart from its heritage. These stones have been here for millennia, and the lichens have colonised and recolonised ever since they were erected. In fact, they're as much a part of the historic landscape as the stones themselves. And through the lichens, you can even tell something about which of these stones are in their original place and which were stood up by the Victorians. The more lichen there is, the longer they've been standing. Wow, now here's a furry stone. What is this bushy stuff growing all down the
That's
stone?
one of the real special features of Stonehenge. That's sea ivory, or Amylina silicosa, which is a very, very coastal species.
I think I'll stick with sea ivy.
Yeah.
So sea ivy, that suggests it's not in its standard habitat.
No, it's absolute classic coastal cliff species, very salt dependent normally. And also a few other sarsen stones in Wiltshire, but it's otherwise unknown in inland, just a complete mystery.
And lichens can be pretty good at recording some of our more modern history too.
Oh, you got the graffiti, yeah.
Yeah, DI. Apparently this was from graffiti back about 60 years ago, where someone had written Radio Caroline across the stones. And obviously they decided they needed to remove the graffiti, and whatever they removed it with ended up stripping off the existing lichens, and they've been replaced by these rather spectacular orange lichens.
That's Candelaria chloriza. It's bird dropping lover. Likes bird droppings, and we've seen it on tops of the blue stones where the birds have been perched. But obviously, whenever they clean the graffiti off, put enough nutrients in to imitate bird droppings. It didn't quite work, did it?
No, absolutely. It's probably made it more spectacular than it was before. I wonder if it was only in black and now it's in yellow.
Yes, there's a...
Yeah. There's also a sort of interesting pink sort of colour. Is that a parasite, or is that a different lichen?
That's a parasite. Most lichen parasites are very species specific. You know, they've got to overcome the lichen's defences and evolve to do that. This one just eats lichens.
So the pink edge is the actual active
That's
edge.
the actual active edge.
So maybe after a while that parasite will eat off the orange there, because
It's actually ripping through where the contamination is, isn't it? So it's probably made the lichen tastier as well, something like that.
If we've whetted your appetite and you'd like to find out more about this extraordinary little world, get in touch with the British Lichen Society. They can point you in the right direction. Who knows, you could be the person to discover a whole new species.